on guys, it is Rinne-Hatake here, back with another video, and today I got part 3 for What If Goku joined Raditz and the other Saiyans. So this will be part 3, and I know I haven't continued this series very well, since I kinda stopped posting the series for a little while, but don't worry, this series will continue with Gokhen having part 4 down pretty soon, right after I upload part 3. But anyways, without further ado, let's finally begin. So where Gokhen left off, I'm actually going to be covering. So Goku knocked on the door of his house after arriving back to Earth. As he knocks on the door, his wife basically answers the door as she sees her husband that she hasn't really seen in a long while. As, well, Chi-Chi just feels tears coming from her eyes as Goku gives her a warm smile that she remembered dearly, or just remembered from Goku so long ago. The nice, kind Goku that she once knew is finally back. She doesn't really know what to think of this, but she just cries, hugging Goku, and just having a romantic moment for both of them. Both of them having their moment together. As Gohan, who was still in the house, hearing all this commotion, would call out saying, "Mom, are you alright?" Before he could finish the sentence, he could see his father, or what he doesn't really consider him his father, but like somewhat of Goku, or just his father technically. His father was just standing there hugging his mother as Chi-Chi cried, hugging Goku back. As Gohan instantly got enraged as he looked at his father, saying, Father, as his hair changes from its black color to blonde, as he's transformed into Super Saiyan, as he flies over saying, "Father, how could you?" As Goku kind of pushes Chi-Chi aside so she doesn't get hurt, as Gohan punches Goku square in the face, sending him flying backwards. As the other three Saiyans were watching this, as they kept silent, because they know this was like a family moment between them. As Goku lands on his back, as Gohan comes flying over and starts punching Goku, starts beating on Goku, as Goku does nothing. As when Gohan stops, or Chi-Chi stops Gohan, as Chi-Chi yells to Gohan, "Stop! Stop! It's your father! Don't do this!" As Goku looks at Gohan, giving him a smile, saying, "I'm sorry, Gohan. I'm sorry that I wasn't there for you. I'm sorry I wasn't there when you needed me most." As Gohan begins to cry, as he punches Goku one more time, and yells, "How could you?" As Gohan cries, hugging his mother, as then they have another family moment. As Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta watch in silence, as Vegeta tells them that they should get going and leave Goku to his family, as they fly over to some other unknown location to them, as that location would have to be, well, that location had to be Capsule Corp, or where Capsule Corp was located. As they hang around that building that Goku informed them about, that Capsule Corp building. Yeah, that building. Actually, Raditz knows this place, not to the best of his abilities, but he knows this place he knows this place pretty well, at least. So he heads over to the same city that he got Bulma to build the ship, or that ship Bulma built for him. He heads there, and just hangs out with him, as Bulma was rather shocked to see them again, as she was afraid that they will destroy the planet Earth and all that. And I do apologize if you can hear some background noises. But anyways, we continue. As Bulma was pretty shocked, but, Vegeta was the first to confront her, telling her that it's alright, they're not here to do anything, they're just here for Kakarot's family reunion, or their permanent stay here. As Bulma is still rather wary of them, but, she does what she can. But anyways, we continue. As Goku and his family catch up, having their moment and all that, as Gohan somewhat accepts Goku back as his father. He doesn't accept him fully, but he kind of acknowledges his father and the decision he made. He finally understands why Goku did that. Because his brother, well, threatened to destroy his family and his friends, and Goku wasn't strong enough. But now he is. But anyways, we move from this. As all this happens, as a whole year goes by, as Goku has solidified his family relationship once again, having a sturdy and strong family relationship, and also Vegeta somewhat getting together with Bulma. Bulma and Vegeta are getting together now, as Nappa and the rest are just, just living their life out. As, well, Raditz kind of found himself a girl of his own. I'm just gonna make up some random name. Actually, you guys can comment a random name for a girl that Raditz would date. Just comment a random girl name in the comment section below. But anyways, Raditz would have found himself a date, since the guy is kind of chiseled out, like, he built different, but, like, not different, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah, Raditz got himself a girl. Nappa, just living his life out. He found himself a good profession that he wanted to have. That profession would have to be like a professor or something. And Nappa isn't really a smart person, but, he'd head over to Gohan's or Bulma's place every now and then to study this Earth curriculum that they have. As I'm gonna say, when Nappa was in Planet Vegeta, he was some sort of instructor to help young Saiyans flourish. That was his role as, well, when he was still in Planet Vegeta. And this teacher thing is kind of the same as that. So he decided to, well, become a teacher. As, like I told you before, he heads over to Gohan's or Bulma's place to study every now and then. As Gohan would be the perfect mentor for Piccolo. Since Gohan is smart and is a Saiyan, and, they would have a bond, or somewhat of a bond, as Nappa would be some kind of, well, uncle figure to Gohan. So would Raditz. But anyways, as the year goes by, an unexpected visitor tends to show himself, as a weird-looking machine appears in the middle of the desert. As a boy with a sword on his back appears, as he jumps out the machine, looking around saying, I don't sense his power level. Where is Cold? Where's Frieza? But the first person to pick up on this guy's energy was Goku. Goku picked up on his energy, instantly flying over there, as Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz also felt this energy. And while Vegeta and Goku were flying over, Nappa couldn't really abandon his duties right now since he was busy teaching some kids some basic math and all that, English and all that. And Nappa was a pretty fun and chill out teacher. So he couldn't just leave the kids there, because he might lose his job. So he somehow gets connected to Piccolo, as Piccolo informs him of what's going on. As Nappa telepathically tells Piccolo to tell the others that he won't be able to make it due to his job that he has right now. As the rest of them fly over, including Gohan, the rest of the Z-Fighters, they fly over to check out this guy's energy. As Goku lands, so is the rest. As, well, Trunks was confused. He has never met any of these people in his timeline before. That guy with a red bandana and that Saiyan-looking armor, that had to be Goku. His mother described his hairstyle and everything. But he looks a little bit more different. He looks a little more serious than normal. As he'd call out to one of them saying, "Is one of your names Goku?" As Goku looks at him saying, "Yeah, that's me. I'm Goku." As Trunks jumps down saying, "So, I'd like to challenge you to a battle." As Goku accepts this, as both of them go into a little hand-to-hand combat fight. As that happens, Goku is instantly outshining Trunks, because Goku has been training for so long now. For so long, achieving Super Saiyan, and he's at the verge of unleashing some new power. Already, due to the extra training he did on that other planet that Gokhen covered, and for the year that he had on Earth, he tended to continue training. As Goku continues battling Trunks, as Trunks backs up saying, "I'm gonna take this up another level," as he transforms into Super Saiyan, as his ki basically goes from that clear whitish color to a golden aura, as Goku does the same thing. Ah, so you're a Saiyan too, as he transforms into Super Saiyan. As Trunks fights him, Goku instantly just swipes every attack he does. As Trunks brings out the sword, Goku did the exact same thing with his finger, and basically turned his finger into Super Saiyan and started fighting his sword, as Goku was easily clashing with, well, Trunks' sword, easily blocking and dodging all of his attacks. As Trunks backs up, turning back into his normal form, as so does Goku. As they have a little conversation and have the same talk like they did before in canon, but Goku's a little more serious and isn't as goofy as he was. So Trunks still hands him that medication to help him with his heart virus, and Trunks still informs him about his father being Vegeta. As Goku kind of sees some resemblance between them, but asks why he came here. As he came here because of, well, Trunks replies saying, I came here because there's an imminent threat coming here, and I want to inform you of what's happening. As, well, he does. He does so. He informs them about the androids. Like a year from now, the androids will appear, and that they need to be ready and train. As Goku hears what he's saying, as Trunks also asks what happened to Frieza and Cold. As Goku informs him that they've already killed Frieza and King Cold, so there's no need to worry about that. So Trunks nods his head, understanding the whole situation now, and basically just leaves on his time machine, as Piccolo heard the whole story due to his Namekian abilities. So everyone asks the whole situation, as Goku just tells them that there's a whole new threat coming, and that they need to train. As they all nod their head, knowing that Goku might be right. So they decided to train really hard, for the next year or so. Next year, as Gohan and Goku tend to fix up their broken bond a little bit, as Piccolo still thinks of Goku as more of a friend now. He kind of understood why he blasted him like that, kind of, somewhat. It might have been the jealousy or so, but he still accepts Goku as like some friend of his. And he knows Goku isn't truly like this, so yeah, he left Gohan to him, so he knows Goku was kind-hearted, but something just came over him. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but anyways, we continue. But Piccolo, is a great guy. A great kind of father figure to Gohan. But enough of that. The training begins, as the training was pretty difficult for Gohan at first. Mastering Super Saiyan was hard, but he managed to awaken Super Saiyan. But since they've all unleashed their potential, like I said in the first part, well, doing the training in the hyperbolic time chamber that Goku and Gohan did, they've awakened an insane power. First, it was Gohan. Gohan increased his power level by activating a power known as Super Saiyan 2, or Ascended Super Saiyan, even surpassing Grade 4 Super Saiyan, as Goku just went up through the grades and then went to Super Saiyan 2 just like Gohan. As their powers were very different, as Goku could tell that Gohan's potential was much more than his, as he was informed by Vegeta that hybrid Saiyan's potentials are much more stronger than, full-blood Saiyans. So, while they were in the training for like 2 days, they stayed there for 2 days, training for 2 years max, as they spent so much time practicing Super Saiyan and Ascended Super Saiyan, or Super Saiyan 2, to an incredible degree, where both forms have no near to none stamina drain, and they practice a new form, or trying to access a new form, and Goku being the first to ever access that form being Super Saiyan 3, as he's accessed it once before, but it takes a lot of stamina, so he preferred using Super Saiyan 2 over Super Saiyan 3, because he only has like 3 to 4 minutes in that form due to the excessive stamina drain, as Gohan tries to access this form, but He sees his father's drawbacks on that form, so he decides to not use that form and stick with Super Saiyan 2, his best form so far. But once they're done and they came at the time chamber or the hyperbolic time chamber, both of them were not in their base form, but they were in Super Saiyan. As Vegeta can feel their intense power, as in just in 2 days they were already this strong. As Vegeta gets in the training chamber or the hyperbolic time chamber, and he chose Nappa to be his partner. As Nappa starts training with Vegeta, as Nappa did start to slack off in training a little bit, but in the next 2 years, since they brought like a whole 2 years worth of food in the next 2 years, Nappa has caught up to what he should have been, or his strength should have been. As Vegeta also awakens Super Saiyan 2 and masters, well, Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2, just like Goku. As, well, Nappa has done the same. Practicing Super Saiyan, mastering it to an incredible degree, and also accessing Super Saiyan to about the same level, just below Vegeta's. As in the outside world, in those 2 days, Goku decided to train with Raditz, helping him out, and in that 2 days, Raditz grew a little bit stronger, but nothing too exciting really. But then, right after Vegeta and Nappa got out, flexing their new power, Goku went in with Raditz once more, as this time, Gohan went to train with Piccolo. As Goku and Raditz continue their training, as both brothers tend to get into a pretty good bond with each other. Have more of a brotherly bond instead of a love or hate situation here. Instead of like a hate situation, I mean. They're kind of in a hate situation, but they somehow get past it in those 2 years they were in the hyperbolic time chamber. As they train and train, as Goku manages to increase his time limit on Super Saiyan 3 to about 15 to 20 minutes from the original 3 to 4 minutes. And his stamina drain isn't as bad, but he's still trying to perfect the form, and it's still pretty incomplete. But Raditz is able to access Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2 just like the rest of them. He's about the same level as Nappa at Super Saiyan 2. As now they're all very, very strong. As a drone was watching them, well, the drone wasn't able to enter the time chamber, but the drone was able to watch Goku and Trunks fight each other, as Jiro, an evil scientist, collects data on all of the Saiyans and their strengths and weaknesses, and their main goal is to basically kill Goku, because Goku still destroyed the Red Ribbon Army. So they're basically trying to beat Goku, and right now they're developing some insane robots. And since Super Saiyan is like a common thing with Saiyans now, well, Jiro added something to Android 16, 17, and 18. Well, mainly 16 and 17. Actually, no, mainly 17 and 18. And his most number one project, Cell. But for 17 and 18, he added that super form that Android 13 had. He basically added Android 13 super form in. And all they needed was to insert a special serum that he called the Z serum. As if he entered that into their robotic bodies, that would give them, that's basically their battery or just their energy boost. It's like their big energy boost, and they don't really have much stamina drain since they have infinite energy. So with them having this serum that they can have, it will boost their strength to insane heights, insane strength. So yeah, that's basically that form they have. They're gonna have their own Android super form, as it would be very, 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 very lethal. It'd be the same level as Super Saiyan, or possibly even Super Saiyan 2, if placed, or if they have extra serum added to them. As this form, you can also transform and de-transform like Super Saiyan. It's basically the same thing, but the concept of having some sort of serum inserted into your body is there. But anyways, we continue. As Jiro has been collecting so much data on all of them, that he added so much to, basically Cell, because Cell is basically all the warriors. every single warrior. But there's a big difference here, since mainly the sources of power he has is Saiyans. Saiyans, and the only evil aspect that he actually has since Cold and Frieza is gone is King Piccolo. That's the only evil source he has. And if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna tell this to Gokhen so he can add this to part 4. But anyways, we continue. As well, Cell is mainly feeding off the Saiyan's primal energy, or mainly has a primal instinct of the Saiyans. So Cell is mainly Saiyan DNA with some extra benefits of other human and other alien DNA basically. That's the other DNA that Cell has. As it's been a whole year now. Yeah, a whole year has passed and they continuously trained. And Goku has finally, somehow, not really perfected the form, but somehow managed to increase the form exponentially. His time limit has now been extended to about 45 minutes or so. Yeah, 45 minutes. Actually, with continuous training for a whole year. Yeah, for a whole year. Taking like 1 or 2 breaks a day. It's gonna be at least 55 minutes. I'm sorry, I'm gonna increase the time limit to 55 minutes. And the stamina drain is, well, it's not really that big of a stamina drain now. It's like, it's still a pretty big toll, but it isn't as bad. So he's nearly perfected the form to an insane degree. As Gohan, on the other hand, has been mainly practicing Super Saiyan. But since he has that insane rage boost that he has, Goku's been training him on how to use that rage boost. Since he had a few rage boosts in his day, he's trying to add a rage boost to Gohan, as he tries to remember one of those things or one of those rage boosts he has, and he's trying to implement them to Gohan's Super Saiyan, or Super Saiyan 2, but it isn't really working. I'm kind of holding Gohan back a little here, but we continue, as, well, they do try to help Gohan out with his Super Saiyan 2 form, as everyone else is trying to move on to the next form as quickly as possible. But Gohan's trying to perfect this form to absolute perfection. But he's also trying to add something to this form, he just doesn't know what. But anyways, we continue. As finally the androids have been released, as they start attacking a random city. And Nappa, Vegeta, Raditz, Piccolo, and the rest of the Z fighters, Goku and all them, they're basically ready to fight. As they fly into the city, as boom, they already see Android 19 and Android 20. As Android 20 being Jiro. As Android 19 went up against Goku, as Goku absolutely abolishes him, as he doesn't really have a super form, since Jiro invented him on the fly. So this one got easily wiped out. But next up, Jiro fights some fodder Z fighter. Not gonna lie, that had to be Yamcha, as Yamcha did his best. He didn't actually get a hole penetrated through his chest this time. This time, he actually survived, backed up, and Krillin gave him a hand, so did Tien Shinhan. As this time, he didn't actually die. As Yamcha is actually a lot stronger this time around, not weak. So, they still got their energy drained, but somehow, with those 3 tag teaming, they managed to break Jiro's arms, so he had to think of a distraction, as it did work. So, he ends up flying to his laboratory, trying to find, or just trying to press the button to release the androids. As, he's still working on Project Cell, and Cell has been complete actually. Cell is just there waiting to be released. But we continue, as now he's flying away, but the rest of them kind of try to stop them. But Jiro somehow, with my plot armor, manages to get away. It's my plot armor. I'm protecting him with my plot armor for now. So he basically arrives back to his laboratory and accidentally unleashes Cell instead of the other androids, which kind of sucks. Actually, no, I'm gonna release the androids first. So he basically releases the androids, as androids 16, 17, and 18 were awakened, as they instantly demolish Jiro. Not wanting to be controlled by an old man, they killed him, or androids 17 and 18 did, as they do see Project Cell, as this project could definitely hurt them, so they're just gonna leave this one alone. But Trunks, on the other hand, who finally arrived after a while, came back and saw that everyone was heading to the laboratory. As they do head over there, Trunks sees the two androids and freaks out, showing some sense of weakness, transforming to Super Saiyan and blasting the laboratory. As they with some of the blast, accidentally hit Cell's, pod or something he was in. That basically, that thing that he was in, he's basically in that pod, or that incubator thing. Cell was in the incubator thing, and that got blown up. As it blows up, Cell was awakened. His eyes glow wide, as he's been awakened. As Trunks and everyone else sees, the androids back up, so did 16. They back up to where the Z Fighters were, as they all shook in a little bit of fear, seeing Cell. As Cell at this point is very strong and can be convinced. But anyways, Cell was instantly behind Android 17, already engulfing him with his tail. Like, his tail ate him up, and he basically grew into his second form, growing stronger as 18, my apologies, 18 tries to fight back, but Cell now is a lot stronger and absorbs him, as they were all frozen, as Goku was the first to make a move. As he tells them to back away, because now Cell is in his final transformation. As I let Cell, or me, the author, I just made Cell eat 18 and 17. Pause for a second. When I mean by eat, I mean like absorb them and take their powers. That's what I meant. Okay, but pause. But anyways, I let Cell do that through plot armor, basically. Through plot armor. As Goku tells everyone else to back away. And they do, as a bright flash of light engulfs the area, as now Cell is in his perfect Cell form. As Cell and the rest of them are getting ready to fight. As Goku, actually no, Raditz was up first. He wanted to pick a bone with, or just pick a fight with Cell as he goes Super Saiyan, fighting Cell. As Cell abolishes him instantly. He doesn't even need Super Saiyan. He has all their DNA and he can use Super Saiyan, but he also has the power of the androids. He just needs that Z serum that would be in the laboratory but isn't, and he can use Super Form, or that android Super Form with Super Saiyan, and that would be insane. But since the Z serum is not there, they aren't able to, or Cell isn't able to. So Cell backs up and turns Super Saiyan 2 and fights Raditz, as Cell was going pretty easy, and then starts abolishing Raditz, as Raditz goes Super Saiyan 2, and that still wasn't enough to beat Cell, as he was backed up into a corner. As then Nappa joins Raditz as they tag team in Super Saiyan 2, and yet that wasn't enough, as they try to go for Super Saiyan 3, or they try at least. Their time limit is like very, very short, to about 5 to 10 minutes, as that just didn't take too long. As Cell, even in Super Saiyan 3, beat them. As Cell went Super Saiyan 2, absolutely abolishing both of those two. Those two are knocked out. As now, it's Goku and Vegeta's turn, as they both instantly go Super Saiyan 2. As, to be honest, Gohan also tagged in, entering Super Saiyan 2. As those three enter in the fight with Cell. As Cell is having a lot of fun. His Saiyan instincts, or Cell Saiyan instincts, are rising. As he's getting a big adrenaline rush from this insane fight he's having. He's having so much fun. The primal instincts of the Saiyan to continue fighting is just rushing through his veins. As he gets excited, entering Super Saiyan 3. As Goku and them also enter Super Saiyan 3, except Gohan. As now they're in a fight. As the fight was really hard. As even in that fight, they weren't able to do it. They weren't able to beat him. They weren't. They just weren't strong enough. Or Goku and Vegeta aren't strong enough to handle Cell, as Cell's strength is insanely strong. As Gohan, even with Gohan's help, they aren't able to defeat Cell. But with Goku's insane dubs, and learning this from Naruto, he used the Talk no Jutsu. He manages to talk through Cell. The only evil aspect of Cell is King Piccolo, or Demon King Piccolo, and that's about it. And Cell manages to overwrite the supercomputer, so that isn't really also influencing him. So right now, the only influence he has is the Saiyan influence. As Goku talk no Jutsu Cell, I'm telling him that they can always fight, and that he just has to be a good guy. And somehow talk no Jutsu Cell is pretty impressed with these ideas and decides to be a good guy. But he wants to have a one-on-one fight with Gohan first, because he feels that Gohan might actually be the strongest one out of all of them, or he just feels some weird connection with Gohan's weird strength abilities. I don't know. He just feels that Gohan might be the perfect opponent to fight, as him and Gohan go head-to-head, fighting and clashing, as Cell isn't a good guy. He isn't a good guy, and he also isn't really a villain. He's just in the middle, in between, basically. So they're in a big clash, or in a big fight, basically, as Gohan is struggling to keep up with Cell in Super Saiyan 2, but they manage, as Gohan continues, as Cell tells him to go even further beyond than he already is. As Gohan, in a fit of rage, actually snaps, as he enters some weird power, a power that he's never really felt before. As this power combined with his Super Saiyan 2 form is insane. That being the Ikari form, or the wrathful state. As he snaps, as Gohan's power increases insanely. Or just his power, or he just snaps. As him and the Ikari form basically combine. As Gohan is in a fit of rage and continuously fights Cell blindly, as Cell is getting pushed back and is getting really excited, as both of them back up, as Gohan angrily charges a Kamehameha, so does Cell, and that is the thumbnail right now, as both of them blast their consecutive waves at each other, as both of them clash in the middle, as a massive shockwave could be felt throughout the whole planet, as it shook that entire area, as all of them were shocked. And you're probably wondering why I made Cell a good guy. And to be honest with you, I didn't really expect me to do this myself. This was not really planned out, and this was all from the top of the dome. But anyways, we continue. As both of their beams clash, as their strengths are now somewhat equal, but Cell decides to finish Gohan and goes Super Saiyan 3. Even with Gohan's insane rage boost, it wasn't enough. Gohan was knocked back, and his beam was, knocked back along with him. As he was now unconscious, a Cell laughs, saying, "So, I'm now the strongest among you Saiyans." As he laughs, saying, "This will be fun." But I think I'm gonna leave it off here. What you guys think? If you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. Not just to my channel, but to Gokhen's son. Go check out his channel. He's a pretty good guy. He just posted another video today. So I also might post a double video today. Possibly today. But anyways, without further ado, I'll see you all in the next What If scenario. Peace.